What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. So, Donald Trump said out his own mouth that he doesn't care about you Americans and your financial situation and he don't care about all that. Don't care about you peasants, right? And me as a black person, you know, we already know he don't care about us anyway. Clearly he don't care about black people at all. So we're already there. So now you got all these white folk shocked and appalled that Donald Trump doesn't care about them. I mean, we've been telling you Donald Trump don't care about you. He don't care about you. Why should he care about you? He told you while he was running he didn't care about you and y'all voted for him anyway. He said he didn't even need y'all after y'all voted for him the second go around. Well, third go around technically. He don't need you. What he meant was you are useless to him. But all the pundits walking around when he said that, they were like, no, he didn't mean that. All these white folks who kissing Trump's ass are walking around trying to reinterpret what Trump say. They do that shit all the time. Oh, Trump does care about America. We talk about America financials all the time. Bullshit. You don't even talk to Trump. You hate Trump. All right, you only playing the game because you scared of Trump. Trump has never cared about anybody. Ever in his entire life. Trump cares about Trump. All right. Plus, Vladimir Putin and Benjamin Netanyahu got video of him probably having sex with little kids. I guarantee you. Like, it got to be that bad. Dude, poll numbers are terrible. He's clearly doing a terrible job, right? And he's doubling down on all his terrible shit, right? It's like his legacy is going to be terrible. Like, you realize how bad does he realize somebody who cares so much about what people think about him, even though everybody hates him, no one actually likes him. Trump has zero friends. Like, Trump has zero, everybody around him is fake and just using him because he's so stupid. They give him a compliment and he does exactly what they want. That's it. He's a terrible human being. His kids don't like him. He don't like him. Okay? Trump don't like Trump. All right? But because Trump loves Trump, Trump kisses Trump's ass in order to be on Trump's good side. All right? That's how bad it is with Trump. But I'm just listening to all these folks act appalled and shocked and shit. When Trump has already, he's, one thing about Trump, he's so stupid that he doesn't know how to talk tactfully. He just says shit. He talks like this is the 50s and the 40s when shit be in the newspaper, and if you say something crazy, that shit be on page goddamn 8 at the bottom and shit in fine print, so nobody gonna read it, right? He don't get the fact that it's 2006, and when you say something, it get blasted everywhere and you can't get rid of it. He's living in them newspaper. He's not even in analog days. He is in newspaper days. That's why he still talk about newspaper companies and shit as the op. All right? Like, this dude's living in like a whole nother era. All right? But yeah, he don't give a fuck about y'all. He never did. He don't care about us. He don't care about you. And he don't care if you white and loyal. He don't give a fuck about you. You can buy all the Trump hats. You can support him. You can vote for him. You can back him up. You can die for him. He don't care about you at all. He never did. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. This Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
When you're negotiating with Iran, Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. That's the only thing that matters.
When you're negotiating with Iran, Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. That's the only thing that matters.
The president saying that he doesn't think about the cost to Americans, that is beyond just a gaffe. It's also an admission that he's not paying attention right now.
I absolutely agree that Donald Trump is responsible for the current state of the economy. It seems like the Trump administration has been operating with the sole goal of inflicting as much damage on working Americans as possible. He took office and spiked 2.9% inflation up to 3.8%. Gas prices are up to $4.50 in most states. And he did this all while stripping insurance away from 10 million Americans. I think the most impressive part is the deficit hasn't even decreased at all. The deficit is still increasing year over year. And one more point I want to make is when Donald Trump took office, he and Elon Musk immediately gutted the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, right? This protected people like us from fraud, from predatory actions from banks or businesses. He gutted that. So Americans are not only worse off, Americans are not only struggling in their pocketbook, but we're more prone to fraud. I don't get how this makes us safer or better off at all.
Donald Trump's comments about Americans' financial situation yesterday have gone viral. Yes, Donald Trump, if you missed it, was asked about, did he think about the American financial situation, what we were experiencing when he was thinking about settling the Iran war. And Donald Trump said, I don't think about the American financial situation. Not one bit. What? That's the whole problem. Donald Trump doesn't think about the American situation because he's been born with a golden spoon in his mouth, not silver one for him, but golden one. He's never had to worry about a paycheck. He's never had to worry, can I fill up the gas tank? He's never had to worry about groceries. He's never been in a grocery store. He doesn't even know how to pay at Walmart. He threw a $100 bill down because he's never been in one. He doesn't know. That's the problem with these billionaires. They don't understand. And Donald Trump said the quiet part out loud. He said to the reporter, I do not think about it. I don't even think about the Americans' financial situation. That is a problem because all the Americans are experiencing, including MAGA, are experiencing hard times because of Donald Trump's inflation, because of his no new wars, that he did the war on Iran, because of the gas prices. And the worst part is not here yet, children. The worst part's coming in July when massive shortages are coming because you're depleting the oil supply, and it's going to be a problem then, mark my words. But Donald Trump said it. He said, I do not think about it. I do not think about the Americans' financial situation. I think about it a lot because I have to pay bills. What about you? Love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my cuckoos, my crazies, and the burned out light bulbs. Everybody needs to know Donald Trump said this. And Republicans on Capitol Hill are trying to run away from those comments. Oh, I don't know. What did he say? You know exactly what he said. I don't think about American financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
So he's finally telling the truth. I mean, he doesn't care about you. He just said he doesn't care about the American people's financial situation. I'll tell you what he does care about. He cares about his vanity project, his ballroom that he's building alongside the White House. And maybe you missed this, but you're all paying for that. $1 billion of that is being paid for by you, the taxpayers of this country. I mean, this is what happens when you elect a narcissist as president of the United States who doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself.
To what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
My reaction is the president finally said something that was true. He said he does not care about the financial situation of the American people. And you know what? The way he governs shows it. The Trump economy is a failure. The only failure that rivals the Trump economy is the Trump foreign policy. You look at the imposition of tariffs. Americans have paid 90% of them. It's been a tax by the president that has made everything cost more. His war with Iran, which he and he alone chose to go into, has skyrocketed the price of not just gasoline, but diesel, making everything more expensive. Every good we ship across the country now costs more. Going to see your family, if you got to take a plane trip, costs a lot more. He won't help to reduce the price of housing through so many different levers he could pull. Why? Because he says we're not working hard enough. And now he's telling us that our kids have too many toys. But hey, at least he said something true. He doesn't care about the American people.
You're going to want to hear this.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all.
I was fair to the president and actually left in at the end what he said about Iran. A lot of people have putting this out there and they're cutting that out and just using that clip. But here it goes to show you the president of the United States said it out of his own mouth. He is not thinking about the Americans' financial situation. So what does that mean to you for all of his supporters? Remember, no new wars. Remember all the money that was going to be flowing into this country, the Gilded Age. But we are hearing about the billionaires making a lot of money, corporations, President Donald Trump, his family members. But people are forgetting. At the end of the day, Americans need to survive. And President Donald Trump is saying things like this now out loud. I bet his supporters would still find some type of excuse. Well, it's going to get better, but we got to get Iran taken care of first. I thought there was going to be no new wars. I thought people didn't care about Ukraine war, let alone going into Iran. Look what's happening now because of President Donald Trump's actions and decision to go into Iran when so much intelligence pointed to the fact that Iran was not capable of a nuclear weapon. And not only that, didn't him and Pete Hegseth say that they decimated their nuclear capabilities months before all this? Let me know what your thoughts are in the chat.
Hey, do you guys remember when the President of the United States said he doesn't care if Americans are struggling financially? He's not even a little bit concerned. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. That's such an odd thing for the President of the United States to say. You know what's kind of awesome about whatever the fuck is going on with this thing over here is that it seems to have lost control over its mouth. And it's just like saying stuff that it absolutely should not say. And for some reason, it doesn't know it shouldn't say that. And I consider it to be a blessing because perhaps before it disappears, 6 feet in a certain direction, a lot of people might wake up to the fact that he doesn't care even a little bit. He just said so. And on that note, this is a really beautiful graph that I love to see. And I think November is one of my favorite months. I'm looking forward to it. How about you?
Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck about you.
When you're negotiating with Iran, Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. That's the only thing that matters.
Your finances and how you live is the last thing on Donald Trump's mind. The struggle you are having to feed your family, to put gas in your gas tank, Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck about you. Donald Trump cares about securing the oil of Iran. He cares about making Venezuela the 51st state for oil. Donald Trump will gladly send your sons and daughters to die for oil. And not one fucking Republican is talking about this. The fact that you have to pay more and you have to sacrifice means nothing to Donald Trump. Remember that when November comes. Until next time, guys, drop a follow on TikTok, drop a follow on Instagram, support my work, subscribe for $5 a month on my Instagram or my Venmo in my bio. Talk to you guys later. Love you guys.
Donald Trump just said on camera that he does not care about Americans' financial situation, and he's not even thinking about it when he negotiates with Iran. He actually said this. Just look.
When you're negotiating with Iran, Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. That's the only thing that...
Yeah, he just said it. He just let it slip in front of the entire country. He's finally admitting that actually he couldn't give a damn less about your financial situation and the struggles that you're going through. This is a guy whose main campaign promise was lowering prices. He was laser focused on the economy, apparently, but a year and a half into his presidency, he's openly saying that he doesn't care. He doesn't think about your financial situation whatsoever. A damning admission from the President of the United States.
Trump just opened his mouth and stuck his foot in as deep as he can. Every Democrat needs to be playing this every day on their commercials from now until the midterms. When Trump was asked about the war in America's finances, this is what he had to say. Reporter, what extent are Americans' financial situation motivating you to make a deal? Trump, not even a little bit. I don't think about Americans' financial situations. And if you don't believe that, here it is right from the horse's ass himself.
When you're negotiating with Iran, Mr. President,
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about American financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. That's the only thing that motivates.
Again, if I was a Democrat running for office, I'd be playing this on a loop from now until the midterms. And remember, we wouldn't be in this position if Trump hadn't torn up the JCPOA that Obama hammered out with Iran that prevented them from having a nuclear weapon.
Trump says the quiet part out loud. He doesn't care that things are expensive for you, for me, for all of us. He says that he is in Iran to stop them from having a nuclear weapon, which we know was apparently eliminated last summer per his comments. That's what he said, that we eliminated their capabilities. But he said the quiet part out loud. Watch this.
Negotiating with Iran, Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about American financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. That's the only thing that motivates.
And it's not like this is surprising, but at the same time, he just completely says that he doesn't care. We know that he's there for oil, for his wealthy and powerful friends. That's the whole reason why he's in Iran. But for him just to flat out say this is absolutely wild and a crazy thing to say to a bunch of reporters.
He doesn't care about anyone.
I don't think about American financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
Yes, that is the President of the United States saying he doesn't think about Americans' financial situation. Again, roll the tape.
You promised to bring inflation down. It's now at its highest level in 3 years. Are your policies not working? What's happening?
Policies are working incredibly.
Your policies are working incredibly, you say. Maybe in your mind, but let's talk to average Americans again, shall we?
Just 30% of those polled approve of the president's handling of the economy, a 14% drop from March of last year. And take a look at this. 73% of Americans call current economic conditions poor.
And just in case I need to reinforce this for you again, this is the president clarifying how he feels about Americans' financial situation.
You're not considering the financial impact of this war on Americans?
The most important thing by far is Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.